Good afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas. And yes, made it through Mardi Gras. Had a lot of fun. But since we were traveling Wednesday and so forth and all, moved our live to today. So I didn't want you to miss out on this cute little Easter basket. It's very easy to make and it's fun to make. And it's easy to make a basket, right? So I'm going to show you how easy it is. So let's go down the hands and let's get started. So if you missed out on my spinning Ferris wheel, it is still out there on the reel. And one of these days we'll show you how to make it, all right? So let's go down the hands and let's make what we're making today, which is a cute Easter basket, which you can put, right, a small stuffed animal in, chocolate. There's even cascaroni eggs. So I'll show you some of those different things that we'll do with it, all right? So let's go down those hands and let's get going because it's Friday, right? So this is a cute little Easter basket. Now I actually have a little stuffed animal in it at the moment, but I could put anything else. Chocolate is always an option. I got some Easter grass in here. So I made them both the same weight, so it doesn't matter. What I like about this is you can either leave it open like this, and if the grass is all over the place, you know what? I would just take your scissors and there, just snip it however you want to snip it. There you go, and it's done. All right, so don't worry about that small stuff. So what I like is you can either leave it open like this, right? Or if you want to, I would do it a couple of different ways. One, I would either glue it together, or another nice thing would be is just Velcro, right? You can get the little small Velcro dots, just go there. And that would go just as easily, right? Just depends what you want to put in the basket. All right, so let's go down. Let me show you how we're going to make the basket. So really, this does most of the work, right? The die does most of the work because I get this grass out of the way. And the reason why I say that is because the die cuts the basket in this particular case. It cuts the bow, and it also cut the strips that we're going to weave through here, and we cut this also. So today I've got an easier way. I think I showed it last time I made something, but I'm going to show you again. I'm going to take this out. I've got all my pieces already ready to go, right? And I got candy we can put in here as well, too. I'll show you some different things. So what I've done is last time I showed you how we could use this here. This is nothing but a cocktail pick that had an umbrella on it. I peeled off the umbrella, so it left me something to hold on to, and I can weave with it, right? So that's what we're going to do. But let's first at least put the bottom of the box together. And so you see the strips cut out from this thing I was showing you. I'll cut it out. This is actually DSP here that I actually cut in strips as well too. And the rest is actually cardstock. This is the shimmer paper. Here's your shimmer paper. And this is basic beige. And this is also shimmer paper too. And if you can see the shimmer, this is regular cardstock. This is the shimmer paper. Okay, so let's first make the bottom of the box. Let me set this aside. Let me set this aside also. And let's make the bottom of the box. So this is our typical box. So this is 4 inches by 4 inches, scored at 1 inch all the way around. So what you end up with a 2-inch square in the center. Then all we're going to do is we're going to snip our scored lines here. Just up to the one scored line right there, right? And we're going to make our little wedges here. That's going to make it easier for the box to fold up nicely. And we're just doing both ends. And if you don't want to, that's fine. And you'll find out when you put it together that you might need to go snip it. All right? And we're just going to do that on 2 sides. So I don't know about you. So we went to Mardi Gras. The weather was really nice in the 70s. And I actually gave away several of my spinners. My Ferris wheel spinners that I did in Mardi Gras colors at Happy Mardi Gras, which I posted on Reel. And you know, those would go in so many different ways. You know, we have Fiesta here too. Or even for Easter, right? I can make one with Easter colors. So it's a lot of variations. So I'm going to come over and come on this side here. Yeah, if I wanted to put something spinning on this, I could, right? If I wanted this just to be a little spring basket, I could put, I was trying to think of those little pinwheels that y'all kids are always playing with and they're spinning around with the wind. You know, I could put something like that on a spinner and put it on the basket here. As far as that goes, I could sit there and take the Ferris wheel and put it on here too if I wanted to, right? Be a little big, but it's okay. It's whatever you want, right? Creating is all about what you want. It's your creativity to do what you want to. I'm just here to inspire you. To inspire you. Okay, so here we go. I know, and I actually threw some cards at the parade too. So that was interesting and different. Somebody wanted me to throw some cards, so I threw some cards. So we'll see. We'll see. People picked them up, and that was a good thing. Now let's see if they send them to somebody. All right, so see how we've got this here. This is how it looks. If you want to see what it looks like, fold it down. That's what it looks like here, as well as bringing it up closer to you. So this is just a box bottom we're using right here, okay? And so, yes, if you're out there and you make a comment, if I see it, I'll try to do it. When I was trying to get on earlier, Facebook was actually asking sort of different. So, I'm not sure. You know, you go out of town, you come home. So, I'm not sure if they made changes while I was gone or not. So, I'm just going to put glue right here. Yeah, so it doesn't look the same, right? It tells me I'm live. It's like, okay, I knew I was live. But anyway. It's interesting, right? They're always making changes. And I'm just going to fold it up. And I'm just going to make sure my ends align, right? You want your corners to line up. And same thing here. And don't worry about it, because this is the side we're going to hide, right? I always hide this side that, you know, I put together. The one that's got the solid side. I usually make that the one that's visible for everybody. And this one I'm going to hide with the Easter basket. All right, so I'm going to put that down here. I'm going to do this side here. I'm going to do the same thing. We'll just square it up. So this is our basic, right? This is just our basic box bottom that we would normally make. So the reason I've made it this way, so it's going to be a 2x2 when you finish, is because it fits nicely right behind the Easter basket. Okay, and you'll see that in a minute as we put this together. But we're going to get this together first, and then we're going to go back and we're going to do our baskets, and then we'll get this glued on. All right? So here's the basic bottom of a box. If you wanted a box lid, you could. That's not going to work for this because this is an Easter basket, right? If you wanted a box this small, you could, because there's things you can put in here. Diamond rings go in here very nicely. Jewelry goes in there very nicely, okay? So many things. All right, so I did 2 of these, one for each side, because you can see how nice that looks having one on each side, right? You can give somebody a gift. All right, so let's do this. So I actually did, when I did do this, I went ahead and put this on first, and this is just trim. I was thinking this through my mind how I did this the first time, right? You go out of town, you come back home, get back in the swing of things, you start thinking about, what did I do? Even though you wrote down the directions, right? So here we go. Well, I didn't write down the directions. At least wrote down all the different contents that we're using, right? All right, so here's the next one here. I'm going to come on this side and do the same thing. So I changed out the colors, right? On the other one, I had pink bows with some pink strips, and I had some of the light green shimmer paper on the trim on the other one. So this one, I'm changing it out, right? Have peeps, so I make them all just a little different in color based on people's favorite colors. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start with this one since I already let them dry a little bit. And then I'm going to take this here. So like I said, this is just nothing more but a long umbrella cocktail pick. And I'm going to weave it because that's what I'm going to do with the paper. I'm going to weave my paper through. So in this particular case, I'm using 2 of the green shimmer. It's like a soft sea foam. And I'm just going to feed them both through since I've got this open right now, this right here. But the paper's flexible, so keep that in mind. The paper is flexible. And I'm just going to slide it through just like this here. And it's much easier, right? And we'll trim off the excess. Oh, it looks like I'm missing a... Oh, you know what I was going to... I'm missing a green one. Looks like maybe. Okay, it's okay. It is okay. And then we're going to put this one through here. Now these, so if you want to know how, so even though we have a die that cuts these, just like you know, these are like 1/8 of an inch thick. 1/8. So I'm just going to pull this out. And actually in the other one I used basic beige. This one I am going to actually use DSP because I had this DSP left over and I thought, well, let me just cut it out, right, with our dies, which are cut through nicely. I'm going to separate these a little bit. So this one, you can see the Easter eggs are on this side. So here's the side right here, right? It's just got a little bit of color and a little design there on it. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to reverse it, right? Because I'm going to weave. I'm going to weave one side, and to be able to get the weave, right? Doesn't matter if you're paper, fabric, or if you're using whatever they use to make baskets, wood. You can use leaves. Okay, so see how I'm weaving this differently? So that's all I'm doing is I'm coming through and I'm going the opposite one, so I can have this one here that's going to come through like this. Now when I did mine, I found as we get through this, because the paper is flexible, right? You can sit there and flex the paper. If it's not flexible enough for you, you can actually sit there and just rub your bone folder across the back of it and loosen it up some too. All right, so see how this is going to be right here. So I just got this right where I wanted it. And we're going to trim those off because this is a tight weave and you don't have to really worry about it. All right, so see how that is right there. I found that was easier, to see if this is going to happen today or not, if I came through the back side. Now, it doesn't matter to me, right? But it just seemed like it. And today may be different. Every day is different, right? So what worked for me yesterday may not work just as easy today. So, yeah, I did it like this. So, because this is the front slide, I'm just going to make sure the eggs portion is to me right here. And let's see where, there we go. So just nudge it through. And I'll just keep on nudging it through. Give it a little bit of space. If I can, a little bit more, and I will. Let's see, I can just keep on punching it through. So that's the main thing, right? So just, it's nicer when you create enough gap that you can slide it through, just like that. And it's what's going to look like on this side. Okay? So if you look at this basket here, see how I have it? I just flipped the colors, right? I had the green here at the top. This one made pink. This had the pink with the basic beige and more pink. And this one I'm doing the green with DSP that looks very similar to the basic beige, but it's actually got a little design on it. And you can put these as close or as far apart as you want, right? So for me, I just sort of try to get mine about the same. Then I'm going to take my scissors and we're going to trim this off. You can glue the ends if you want. I don't find it necessary. You can still move these around if you want to. Okay. There you go. Alright, so see how that looks? So like I said, you can move these together if you want to. A little bit closer. Keep them further apart. It doesn't matter. It's the other thing I like about baskets. You can do whatever you want, right? Okay, so we're going to turn around and do the same thing over here, but I'm missing one of my greens here. Okay, it is alright. I will just sit up here. We'll just do 3 different colors on the back side. So this will just end up being my back side. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. So this time around, we're just going to put 2 of them in here. I'm going to put the green on top just like I did the other. And see, once I glue it down though, right, I can't go back and if I find my green piece, put it back in. But it's okay. We're not going to sweat the small stuff. That's the small stuff. We're just going to feed this on through. What I am going to do though, is to do that there. Well, the reason why everything looks like, right, because it's easier this way, because of the fact is that we're just doing one side. We're not doing the complete weave yet, so it allows you to make it a lot easier. I have choices, right? I can put this in the middle just like I did a while ago, and most probably will just because it'll be the same up until the bottom here. And then here's a piece of, oh, wait, that's I'm bad. Since that was way too easy, right? I have to take this extra piece of basic beige I have, because I had another piece too. And I can put it right through here. So yeah, if you have baskets in your house, go look at them, right? It's amazing how they look and how they're all different. I'm already thinking of baskets I have in my house, and I might just show some pictures, see if we can recreate a tree basket the same way. It doesn't have to be a tree basket either, right? It could just be something for decoration. Alright, so get that right there. Okay, now we're going to reverse it. Just like we did a while ago. Just going to check and make sure there wasn't a piece stuck to that folder I just dumped everything out of. Right. Alright, so here we're going to go to the second. So you see how tight that is, right? Just making sure one didn't happen to stay stuck. It didn't. Okay. Not a problem. We're going to go with it. Alright, I'm going to do just like a dog, but you can see how much tighter this was, how easy it was for it to slide. That's the beauty of weaving, right? That's how you make everything tight. So we can come through here and do just like I did a minute ago with the other side. And let's see here, I'll give it a little more slack. Yeah, just adjust it, right? It's yours to make. Make it as easy as possible for you. Okay, let me see if I can't get that going there. Yeah, we talked about, you know, possibly even using a, I was trying to think, embroidery needle. Maybe it's not embroidery. It's not embroidery. It might not be embroidery. It's not embroidery I'm thinking of. It's got a huge eye. And it's got a blunt end. So yeah, I'm thinking it's not an embroidery needle. I'm not sure what a needle is. So that would be one you could do, right? Because you could feed the paper through, actually, if you wanted to with that. And then there's also, my daughter uses tatting needles that can be used as well. Just so if you didn't have any of the toothpicks, you know, just something that you can stick through here. Because as you figure collectively, this basket is about not quite 2.5 inches, okay? So you need something long enough to go through it. Just a regular toothpick, we did try that. I do like this bigger one better, right? Okay, so it's just personal preference, right? We're just going to trim this off. Okay, it gets a little bit different look, right? And we'll show you the difference. It's amazing how you can just make one change of color and get a little different look, right? Get a different look. So there you go. All we did was we changed the bottom color because we couldn't find the other green one. It'll show up. Everything always shows up right once you're over. I had that with Easter eggs as well too yesterday. Okay, so with this here, then I'm going to go ahead and put it here. So I just want to show you is you're going to butt the end of it here to the end of the box. And what I did is I just centered it there. So you've got it back here where the die cut was here and the die cut was here. I don't think I moved that down anymore now. I think it's the glue has got it. And that would be the other thing you could check and see. Yeah, so I got it even there. This one was a little off when I did it. And I don't think it's, yeah, I'm not going to worry about peeling it off because it's not going to come off. But because it was still not dried, I could have. So what I did is I just, because this is a square. Anyway, it goes to a square. It's going to be a 2x2 once it's finished. So all I did was fit it between this and this, these two die cut areas, right? And then I'm going to flush it to the bottom of it. But at least it gives me a way to sit there and align it right here. And you see it, I still have, if I put this in and line it to the bottom, you can see if you still wanted it taller, you could. But the issue is going to be is width, right? So you might could go maybe about another 1/4 inch if you wanted to. And still big behind your ear and go all the way around just like that. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue. I'm not going to do that right there. I want to do it down here. I want to do it on the ones that, see how I've got these on the inside? Okay, I did have that the right way. Okay, put them that way. Okay, so I'm going to do it just like I told you. I'm going to set it right here in the middle between those two lines. And then I'm just going to sit there and make sure that when I do it like this here, stand it up, it's flat. Okay? And there you go. Okay, that's one side. I'm going to make sure that's flat, right? Bottom's going to be even and flat, so when you set it down, it's going to be level. Okay, so there's your front of the box. Now we're going to turn around and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so again, we're going to take this here. So see how I've got these here smooth and those got that. Really and truly, it doesn't matter to me. I just like to put this over here since I need the flaps over here. Just a little reinforcement. Just a personal preference, right? So I'm going to do the same thing I'm going to line it up between these two die cut areas, and then that way it's centered, right? Let me see here. There you go. Between those two same die cut lines. And I'm going to take it right here. And I'm just going to make sure it's flat. Okay, so that when I go to flush, do it like this, everything's going to meet up right here in the middle, right? Because I did the same thing. Okay, so there's our basket. See how easy that was? Now then all we're going to do is I just put a little dot of glue right here. That's what I did. And then I set it there and I just put this bow right here in the center. And I just had to go to the top, right? Because if I line it with something, I can do the same thing on the other side. So there you go. I did that one right there. Then you can see where it's lined up. Oops. Right there, like I wanted it. Let's see, my glue's not dry. So right, sometimes I use paper clips or something to hold it in place, but it'll be okay. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just a little dot, that's all you need. Okay. And then we're going to come right up here. So what I like about the basket, right, is it's not limited to just Easter, right? I think we think of that, but it could be for anything, right? If I had wanted to and had time for it, I could have made Mardi Gras baskets, right? And I could put gifts in there for people for Mardi Gras. All right, so from here then, all we would do, I'm just going to borrow some of this grass back here. I have more grass, but it's like I don't really need a whole lot. So I'll take some of it. And I'm just going to wad it up and put it in here. So yes, so you know, as we're if you don't know what a cascaroni egg, some people call them, we call them cascaroni here because it goes in with our fiesta that we have in April. But they're not limited to fiesta, right? Fiesta is a big parade here in San Antonio, all celebrating the different Hispanic culture. So what you do with this is, right, we could decorate this and so forth and all, but we have these eggs. These are called confetti eggs, right? So they're filled with confetti. This fits in here really nice, and I can still, if I want to, maybe put a couple pieces of chocolate around it. So for us at our house, cascaroni eggs are a big thing at Easter time because these are the kind of eggs we hide. I shouldn't say hide. I guess we all scramble because everybody's an adult. So I can put these in here, right? And I can put some smaller eggs in there, and that's what it would look like. So I could stuff some more on top. So there you are with the egg there. This can also just be filled with the chocolates, right? You can put as much chocolate as you want in there. Okay? And you can have something sticking in the back. They have smaller chocolates, right? Little Easter bunny looking chocolates. And let's see what else we can put in here. I want to show you different things, right? So I already showed you the stuffed animal. Oh, and they have so many of them out, right? And even have little small squishmallows because we threw them at the parade. All right, and then this is another favorite. This is another favorite at the parade that it would go in here sideways. You could put a moon pie in there, right? And you can still put some chocolates in the front and the back. There's another, so we threw these at the parade. We also threw Takis, is another popular thing. And then this will fit. It's going to be taller, right? So that's one thing about something like this. It's going to be taller. There's stuff shorter than this that you can put in here. But I just want to show you there's just a variety. You could even put hearts in if you want to. But think about it as well. You have square chocolates that would fit in here perfectly, right? We just don't keep chocolate at our house. It goes away quickly in this household. I really like the fact that I can put an egg in here, right? And it's a confetti egg. And then, like, if you didn't want to, right, you could put a little Velcro circle here and here and clasp it shut if you wanted to, and that's the look you would get. Or you could leave it open, right? Just depends on how you want to handle it. All right, so there you go. That is how quick and easy it is to sit up there and make a confetti egg. Not confetti egg. Well, could make an Easter basket, right? Make an Easter basket. patty eggs on mine now. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed it, right? Because it's quick and easy to make. And just think of all the possibilities, right? It's gonna be a gift for somebody. It could just be. It doesn't have to be Easter. I think we always think of Easter and Valentine's. But you know what? You can still do it for other things as well too. And what I love about it is, if you don't know what color you want your basket to be, go look in your house and see if you got a basket and see what colors it is, right? Or you could go right now. You could easily go to any stores, right? And they have all kind of Easter stuff and get ideas from there. Or you can sit there and just go to a regular home decor place, and they always have baskets as well too. So there are limitless ways you can deal with this, and have fun with it. Some of it is also too, you don't even have to have the handles on it. You can clip the handles off. So for example, right, if you didn't want these handles, just cut them off. You know, I've made some cards where I've cut them off and sliced, came down with it, or you could just cut it off completely, right? It's yours to do as you want. It's all about creating, sharing, and giving. So don't let all the little details get you held up. Just go out there, create, and share, and give, and make a difference in someone else's life. So with that, I want to thank you supporting us here on Facebook and also on YouTube and Instagram. And if you missed the newsletter this week, we did have a PDF tutorial in there. I'm trying to think what it was offhand. I don't remember. I've slept since then. But there's a PDF tutorial out there. So if you don't want to miss out on the different things we put out there, then you want to be sure to subscribe to the newsletter, and the links in there in the comments. So with that, be blessed. Hello, Bertner. Good to see you in your home. Yay! So with that, be blessed. Have an amazing weekend, and look forward to seeing you next week as we continue with our last Easter project. All right? See you soon. Bye.